Hey, LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to AEW Universe Mode. We are here fresh off of AEW All Out. Yes, I know AEW is on TBS now, but I couldn't get the new arena mod to work. I just couldn't. We got a lot going on tonight, though, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be seeing the in-ring debut of Keith Lee for Dynamite tonight, but we're going to kick the show off with the new TNT Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring the new TNT Champion. Here to kick us off tonight. The best kept secret of professional wrestling, a secret no more, is the new AEW TNT Champion. Is this man, Buddy Matthews. Buddy Matthews managed to dethrone Jon Moxley at All Out this past weekend. I want to thank everyone who joined us for Double Premiere Weekend this past weekend. I'm genuinely recording this just a few days before that. Buddy Matthews and Jon Moxley, it was a hell of a matchup. Buddy Matthews came away with the win in the end after putting Jon Moxley down. And now tonight, Buddy Matthews calls himself champion once again. He has some stuff he wants to say here to the AEW fans here in attendance tonight, as he holds the TNT Championship in his hands. See him looking at that championship. He's called it his destiny to be a champion again. And this crowd is loving it. This crowd's soaking in the presence of Buddy Matthews, the secret no more. Buddy Matthews enters the ring. Let's hear what the TNT Champion has to say. There's a sense of pride and justification I feel being a champion again. It does feel a bit surreal to know I still had what it took to climb to the top of the mountain and beat a top-level competitor like Jon Moxley. I used to say I broke his shield. But, joking aside, Jon Moxley was a truly fantastic champion. He was defending this championship week in and week out against anyone in the back that wanted a shot. And well, you know, I've only had one real championship reign myself in my career, and I didn't even really get a true defense out of it. In fact, the guy who ended that reign is here tonight. Keith, I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again soon. But, all of that aside, I want to carve out my own legacy as TNT Champion. Because Jon Moxley was great, but I want to be better. I want to be the best TNT Champion this company has ever seen. So starting tonight, I am going to make an open challenge. And that open challenge is right now. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're from AEW. I don't care if you're a free agent. I don't care if you're from Ring of Honor. If you're from New Japan. If you're from Impact. Hell, if he'll let you cross through that forbidden door, I don't care if you're from WWE. I want a challenger right now. And I'm going to put this TNT title on the line. Well, I guess now we're going to find out who's going to accept this open challenge. Oh, hang on a minute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Shane Strickland. One of the hottest, well, up until just a few days ago, free agents in the LS11 universe. But just a few days ago, the news was broken exclusively in the LS11 Universe Discord. You can find a link to join down in the description. Breaking news is put in about Universe there fairly often. It was announced just a few days ago. This man is going to be part of the upcoming Impact Wrestling series. He is going to be on the Impact Wrestling roster, and he's looking to take the TNT Championship there with him. Shane Strickland here tonight in the All Elite Wrestling Arena. Shane Strickland looks to win the TNT Championship from Buddy Matthews. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in the span of 3 days, the TNT Championship is on the line as Shane Strickland looks to swerve the world tonight and beat Buddy Matthews. Here we go. This is Matthews' first title defense in All Elite Wrestling, as Strickland just slaps him in the face repeatedly. He's got the arm of Buddy Matthews now, and Shane Strickland kicks the arm. He grabs Matthews. Oh, went for a German suplex. Matthews countered. And now Buddy Matthews throws him across the ring into the corner. Matthews, knee strike. Takes him down now, and Buddy Matthews, knee again in the face. He grabs Shane Strickland back to his feet now. Buddy Matthews pulls him in. Matthews with Strickland. Pops him up. No, Strickland hanging on. Matthews suplex to Shane Strickland. Strickland hanging on as Matthews with an elbow strike. And now Buddy Matthews has him down. Matthews picking Strickland back up to his feet. Buddy Matthews now with Strickland. Off the ropes. Matthews. Oh, they collide. And now Shane Strickland with Matthews. Off the ropes. Ducks under him. And now Shane Strickland went for a drop kick. Buddy Matthews off the ropes. Clothesline. Matthews has only become that much more of a hard hitter since coming to All Elite Wrestling. As now Shane Strickland, DDT to the best kept secret. Matthews goes down. Matthews now rolls under the bottom rope. And now Buddy Matthews back into the ring. Shane Strickland right after him. Went for a kick. Matthews! Enziguri to Strickland. And now Buddy Matthews with Shane Strickland up to his feet. Uppercut. And a slap to the face now. Matthews went for another. Strickland counters. Of course, you know, AEW and Impact here in the LS11 Universe have a real working relationship with one another, with the Impact Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo recently competing at All Out. We've seen the Inspiration compete here on AEW quite a few times as well. How the rest of the... Oh, went for another knee strike. Did Matthews. He gets hung up in a tree of woe. He rolls through, though. He catches the leg. How that's going to affect things come April, though, well, that's yet to be seen. And before you ask what that means, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. And now Matthews kick to the ribs. And Buddy Matthews went for another clothesline. Shane Strickland out of the way. Went for a kick. Matthews back to his feet. Strickland went for a right hand. Matthews gets kicked. Strickland grabs him. Pops him up for a Falcon Arrow. Matthews with a knee strike. And now Matthews pulls Strickland in. Flatliner connects. And now Shane Strickland goes down. Buddy Matthews pulls him in. Scoops him on his shoulders. Plants him into the mat. And now Buddy Matthews picking him back up to his feet now. And Matthews, right hand to Strickland. Strickland grabs Matthews and puts him in the corner. Shane Strickland with a kick to the back. And now Strickland grabbing Buddy Matthews again. Shane Strickland with Buddy Matthews. Head first into the turnbuckle. Matthews fires back against Strickland. And now Matthews tries to grab him, but Shane Strickland finds a kick. Kicks him in the knee. Strickland turns it around. Matthews plants him in the mat. And now Shane Strickland getting picked back up to his feet. Matthews pulls him in for a powerbomb. Whoa, Strickland planting himself and a back body drop to Buddy Matthews. Down goes Buddy. He's in the corner now. Shane Strickland now trying to pick him up, but Matthews finds the counter. Knocking back Shane Strickland, who grabs now Buddy Matthews into the corner. Strickland, nobody home. And now Matthews. Buddy Matthews into Messiah Slayer knee. Cover. No, a rope break. Shane Strickland's hand was in the ropes, clear as day. Can't argue with the official on that one. And now Matthews went for a chop. Strickland with a right hand. And Shane Strickland now dumping him out of the ring. Out of the ring now goes Strickland. He's following Matthews. Picks him back up to his feet on the outside. There's a slap. And again. And again now. Shane Strickland grabs Buddy Matthews. Scoops him up on his shoulders. And Strickland now with Matthews in a fireman's carry. Look at this. Picks him up into the apron. Goes Buddy Matthews. Referee at the count of 4 now as Strickland picks up Matthews. Matthews finds a counter with a kick to the ribs. Grabs Strickland and throws him back into the ring. And now Buddy Matthews picking him back up to his feet, and Matthews. Knee strike! The B-trigger knee connects to Shane Strickland. Turns him over. 1, 2. No! Shane Strickland getting the shoulders up. And now Matthews gonna pick him back up to his feet, and Buddy Matthews turns him around for another Messiah Slayer. Same way he won the title. 1, 2, 3. Buddy Matthews has a successful title retention. Buddy Matthews gets the big win tonight over Shane Strickland. A big title retention. Hell of a showing for Shane Strickland here tonight. Yeah, I know. Yes, I'm aware. There's nothing that can be done about it. Buddy Matthews knocks off Shane Strickland. Your winner and still TNT champion, Buddy Matthews. And those two words, and still, have got to mean a lot to Buddy Matthews, who, need I remind you, this is only his second championship reign in the entirety of LS11 Universe across WWE, AEW, and soon to be Impact. His last championship reign ended before it could really get started, but tonight, he retains against Shane Strickland in a hell of a matchup. We got more coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. We have some tag team action up next. MJF forcing his two muscles to go ahead to team up tonight. He's told them they've got to coexist. As here comes the Machine, Brian Cage, to the ring first. He was almost part of the finals of the Casino Battle Royale the other day at All Out. He was eliminated by Adam Cole just before Keith Lee could make his way to the ring. The Machine, Brian Cage, marching down to the ring tonight. Brian Cage makes his way to the ring. Another one of those Xander's going to pop off for a moment things here. And it tells me if you guys actually listened or just clicked through. Wardlow making his way to the ring out next. Wardlow will have his own theme instead of coming out to MJF starting next week. I just keep forgetting, quite honestly. Wardlow makes his way to the ring though. MJF's original hired muscle. Wardlow makes his way to the ring to team up with Brian Cage tonight. They take on the debuting, or at least their Dynamite debut in LS11 Universe. Best Friends, and you can see making his way to the ring behind them, Orange Cassidy. Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor making their way to the ring. The Best Friends are here. So it is Brian Cage and Chuck Taylor starting it off. Here we go. As Brian Cage grabs him. Cage has Taylor around the waist. Drives him into the mat. Brian Cage, he's twice this guy's size. And he throws him to the mat. Now Brian Cage with a head clap and a forearm strike puts him in the ropes. Taylor counters now, and Chuck Taylor grabs Brian Cage, throws him over the top rope. And now Chuck Taylor. Oh, look at that, just shoved onto the ground. Cage back into the ring now. Brian Cage with a clothesline. Wiping out Chuck Taylor, who goes down as Cage hits him with a knee. Brian Cage getting fired up now. Brian Cage picking up Chuck Taylor to his feet now, and there's a chop. Tries to grab him now. Counter for counter here. Chuck Taylor trying to fire away, but the Machine answers back. Brian Cage with a forearm. Taylor goes down. Chuck Taylor is down. Brian Cage takes out the arm. And now Brian Cage with another kick. And again. For another one. There's a punch. And now Chuck Taylor taking him down. Taking him back up to his feet now is Chuck Taylor. Kick to the ribs. Right hand. Kick to the ribs again. DDT connects. Into a cover on Brian Cage. One, no. Cage kicks out. Now Trent Beretta, he wants the tag. Chuck now throws him in the corner. Oh, went for a tag. Brian Cage kicked him. Oh, Chuck Taylor now rolls Brian Cage through. Cover. 1, 2. No. Brian Cage counters. Rolls him through. 1. No. Rolls through it though. That's Chuck Taylor. Kicks him in the ribs. Punches him in the back now. He grabs him back up to his feet. Now Brian Cage on his feet. Chuck Taylor throws him in the corner. Went for another tag to Trent. Oh! Brian Cage knocks Trent off the apron. Clothesline from Chuck Taylor. And notice Wardlow reaching for the tag, but Cage was crawling away from him. Brian Cage was purposely crawling away from Wardlow. He didn't want to make the tag. Went for a right hand. Chuck Taylor now. Hops off the apron. Back in the ring now. Chuck Taylor grabs Brian Cage. Throws him off the ropes. They collide. Oh, and Brian Cage with a right hand. Chuck Taylor counters. Counter for counter here again. Brian Cage plowing through him there with that double axe handle. And now Cage dragging him towards his own corner here. And now Cage tells Wardlow, fine, you can have him. There's a kick to Chuck Taylor from Wardlow. Picks him up in a seated position now. Wardlow working over the neck of Chuck Taylor. And Wardlow takes him down. Wardlow picking him back up to his feet now. Wardlow. Oh, Taylor kicking out the legs. Chuck Taylor kicks out the legs. Grabs Wardlow. Throws him into the corner. And now Chuck Taylor. Finally tag made to Trent Beretta. And now the Best Friends make the tag. We're seeing a double team move here from Best Friends. Notice, rather than just tagging in and out with a slap to the hand, the Best Friends use a double team move. As now Trent Beretta with the Northern Lights to Wardlow, picking him back up to his feet now. Uppercut connects. Pulls him in now, and Trent Beretta drives Wardlow into the mat. Picking him back up to his feet now is Trent. And now Trent, Wardlow counters. Wardlow throws him over the top rope, and Wardlow grabs him, throws him back into the ring. Picking him back up to his feet now. Wardlow tries to grab him. Trent counters. Trent pushes him away. And Trent grabs Wardlow, throws him off the ropes. They collide. Wardlow now throws Trent Beretta into the corner. Went for a clothesline, and he got him. Got all of them on that one. Wardlow standing tall right now over Trent. Oh, but Trent now getting back to his feet. Arm drag to Wardlow. Trent Beretta knocking Wardlow off his feet down to one knee. Beretta. Uppercut. Puts Wardlow in the corner. Oh, and Brian Cage tags himself in. Doesn't even consult Wardlow on it. Which allows Trent to hit a Northern Lights. Cover. 1. No. Now Chuck Taylor going up to the top. What is Chuck looking for here? He gets off the top instead. Trent thrown in the corner now. Trent turned around by Brian Cage. Oh, now Wardlow in the ring. Wardlow could get himself disqualified here. Brian Cage taking down Trent Beretta. Picking him back into his feet now is Brian Cage with a chop, but Trent counters. And now Trent grabs Cage and throws him in the corner. Tag made. Chuck Taylor back in now, and the Best Friends again Gonna look for another double team. They pop him up. They boot him in the face. Down goes Brian Cage. And now Chuck. Look at this. Chuck Taylor driving Wardlow into the mat. Or driving Brian Cage in the mat. Wipes out Wardlow. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Best friends get the win. The best friends get the win. Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. That's going to definitely help them in the AEW Tag Team Championship rankings as they get this big win here on Dynamite tonight. A big win for the best friends. And Orange Cassidy, he gives that a thumbs up. Big win for best friends. Oh, Wardlow and Brian Cage in one another's face now. Wardlow throws the first punch. Cage firing back. These two big men have finally had enough of being forced to try and be on the same team. Wardlow fires away on Brian Cage. Cage counters. Brian Cage runs Wardlow across the ring. And again. Oh my god, I never thought I'd be happy to see him. MJF looks like he's coming out here to sort out the issue between his muscles. There's the AEW champion. MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman making his way to the ring. MJF looks like he's at least gonna try to get some order between these two behemoths. Whoa, 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 guys! Guys! Knock it the hell off. You're acting like people from Texas. Uncultured, unwashed, untamed, and smelly. I hate to bring it to this, but there's only room for one of you in the pinnacle. I'm going to be honest with you. Tony Khan isn't paying me enough with these $1 million contracts. So I've got to make some budget cuts. Nothing personal. So I'm going to have to let one of you go. So here's what we're going to do, alright? 4 weeks at Dynamite Grand Slam, you two are going to go one-on-one. Winner remains under the MJF employment, getting that MJF money. Loser, well, best of luck in your future. Because your contract with AEW will be terminated. Hey Cole, did you hear what Tony Khan said about the Elite? That we've gone soft. What? Yeah, he says we're not as controversial as we used to be. Not as controversial? Well, more so you than me. Are you serious? I'm the definition of controversial. I walked out of Vinny's Playhouse at the peak of my career. I know. Hey, look. Kenny, watch this. Hey, you, buddy, what's your name? Not again. See? I just kicked Sean. Tony Khan wants to see controversial. I'll show him controversial. I don't know if that was controversial, but it was funny as hell. Well, that bit was for like 2 people that will get it. And 2 of them are me and Ray. Anyways, we have more action coming up next. As here comes Team Taz to the ring. Taz leading the charge. Don't worry, guys. There's another member of Team Taz, not named Ricky Starks or Powerhouse Hobbs. He's not here tonight, but we're going to send him very, very soon. Powerhouse Hobbs is in action tonight, though. So Powerhouse Hobbs of Team Taz making his way to the ring. Ricky Starks and Taz himself accompanying him to the ring tonight for this big matchup with Darby Allin, who we're going to be seeing in action. Darby Allin being considered one of those potentially next-in-line contenders to the All Wrestling World Championship after the events of All Out. So here comes Darby to the ring. Darby being accompanied by his mentor Sting. Darby just a couple nights removed from a huge victory, a monumental victory, let's be honest, over Kenny Omega at All Out. A matchup that many people didn't think Darby was going to be able to win. But one coffin drop later, and he put down the Best Bout machine. So Darby Allin makes his way to the ring tonight. Darby Allin is undefeated in singles competition. His only losses so far being in tag team matchups. Darby making his way to the ring. He takes on Powerhouse Hobbs, so it's Darby and Hobbs one-on-one. Here we go. And Darby gonna throw all caution in the wind right there with a double axe handle right out of the gate. And Powerhouse Hobbs punches him in the back for a right hand, and again connects. And a right hand. Puts him into the ropes now. And now Powerhouse Hobbs pops him up. Back body drop to Darby, and Taz is loving it. Kick to the back, Darby. Up to his feet now, spinning back fist. And again, kick to the ribs now. Darby tries to fire away. Powerhouse grabs him now, and Powerhouse Hobbs spiking Darby on his shoulder. And Darby with an elbow strike. Darby Allin now, what's he thinking? Darby. Big drop kick to Hobbs. And now Darby Allin spinning wheel kick attempt. Hobbs counters now, and Hobbs grabs Darby. Throwing him now across the ring into the corner. Hobbs tries to grab Darby. Darby goes for a kick. Hobbs takes him down, and Powerhouse Hobbs grabs him by the legs. Turning Darby over now is Hobbs. Trying to take Darby into the ropes. Darby Allin manages to make it to the ropes and breaks out of the Boston Crab while he's at it. Hobbs rolls out of the ring. Darby. Oh! Started jumping too late. Hobbs was already back into the ring by the time he got out. But Darby right back to his feet, and Darby. Springboard elbow. A springing back elbow connects to Powerhouse. And now Darby gets him back up to his feet. Darby Allin went for a right hand. Hobbs counters. And now Will Hobbs throws Darby into the corner, and Powerhouse Hobbs with a clothesline. Darby goes down. Hobbs into a cover. 1, 2, no. Darby Allin kicks out. Darby now getting picked back up to his feet by Hobbs. Hobbs with Darby up on his shoulders. Darby counters, drops him into the mat. Now Sting's the one loving it. As Darby picking up Hobbs again to his feet. Darby Allin with Powerhouse off the ropes. Darby grabs him and swinging neck breaker. He's got him back up now, and Darby Allin right hand connects. First slap, Hobbs kicks him in the ribs. And now Hobbs grabs Darby, throws him into the corner, clothesline to the back. Now Hobbs with Darby, picks him up, suplex. Oh, look at this, Hobbs just powered him off his feet. Picked him up with a deadlift into a power slam, but no, Darby's foot is in the ropes. Hobbs now grabs Darby and drags him back to the center of the ring. Powerhouse Hobbs with Darby. He's got him. He's got him for a gut wrench. Plants him in the mat. And now Hobbs cover again on Allin. 1, no. Darby gets the shoulders up. Darby punching him in the ribs. Darby Allin kicks at the knee. Darby, Shining Wizard. Powerhouse rolls into the bottom rope. Darby following up. He comes after him now. Darby Allin grabs him, pulls him back through the ropes, turns him over. Darby Allin pulls him in, and neckbreaker connects. Darby getting him back up to his feet now. Darby Allin kicks him in the ribs, grabs him by the arm. Darby Allin running him towards the corner as Darby off the ropes. Arm drag to Hobbs. Oh, but now Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks trying to distract Darby, which allows Hobbs a chance to get back in it. He throws Darby across the ring. Nobody home. Darby goes for a kick. Hobbs grabs him, lifts him up with one arm, and slams him into the mat. Hobbs takes down Allin, and now Powerhouse Hobbs takes out the arm, or takes out the leg. Hobbs now taking out the arm of Darby. Turning him over now. Hobbs grabs the leg, and Hobbs slams him down. Hobbs picking Darby up to his feet now, and Hobbs with Darby into the corner. Powerhouse went to grab Darby. Darby went for a boot. Darby. Springboard moonsault, flooring Powerhouse. And now Darby going to the top rope. Darby Allin looking to end it now. Darby gonna look for a... Oh, he's gonna look for coffin drop, I thought. But Hobbs is getting up. So Darby just is gonna hit him with an elbow anyway. Darby going back up again. Darby Allin going up to the top. Darby gonna look for... What's Darby thinking here? Darby Allin, is he gonna hit coffin drop this time? Yes, he is! And he wipes out Ricky Starks for trying to get involved. Cover! 1, 2, 3, no! The distraction from Starks bought Hobbs time to kick out. And so Darby is going to clothesline him into an elbow. Darby Allin now grabs Hobbs. Hobbs counters, throws Darby in the corner. Darby kicks him in the head. And now Darby Allin, springboard. Big crossbody connected. And now Darby Allin. Darby, he apparently springboarded him so hard that he fixed the turnbuckles. Darby with a moonsault. And now Darby Allin with a kick to the ribs. Grabs the arm again of Powerhouse. Running him towards the corner now. Darby off the ropes. Arm drag connects. And now Darby Allin going up one more time. Darby looking to end it for real this time. Darby Allin with another. Oh, nobody home. Punches Hobbs in the ribs though. And now Darby goes for a kick. Hobbs grabs him. Darby punches him, turning him around. Darby Allin gets grabbed by Hobbs. Hobbs throws him off the turnbuckle. Now Powerhouse turning Darby over into a cover. Goes Powerhouse Hobbs. 1, 2, no. Darby gets the shoulders up. And now Hobbs takes out the arm of Allin. They got him up to his feet now. Darby in trouble. Hobbs grabs Darby. Darby with an elbow. And now Darby Allin with a huge boot to Powerhouse. And what is Darby thinking now? Darby Allin pulls him in. Darby, good God. Look at the strength of Darby. He plants Powerhouse. Cover. 1, 2, 3, no! Darby hit Powerhouse with a razor's edge of all things. And now Darby into a good old-fashioned figure 4. Darby with a figure 4. Look at the wrenching of the angle he did there. Hobbs was forced to tap out after that. Darby Allin gets the win. Darby Allin furthering himself in the singles rankings of AEW tonight. Darby gets the win. Darby Allin with a huge victory over Powerhouse Hobbs tonight. Darby remaining undefeated in singles action, a thing very few men can say here in the LS11 universe, but Darby Allin is one of those men. Darby with a huge win tonight. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, after his win over the Painmaker, we're going to hear from Malachi Black. Ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. The man who defeated the Painmaker just a few nights ago. Malachi Black. Malachi Black just a few nights ago kicked in the head of the Painmaker. Beat Chris Jericho at his best. Look at Malachi Black tonight. Malachi Black making his way to the ring. This man is undefeated in AEW as well. We were talking about Darby being undefeated in singles action. Malachi Black is undefeated in AEW, period. Malachi Black approaches the ring. Malachi Black tonight addresses his House of Black. Let's see what Malachi has to say. House of Black, please rise. I stand before you victorious once more. First it was the Judas, then it was the Giant. Then a captain, now a Painmaker. The Painmaker has been ended. Chris Jericho is no longer a problem of the House of Black. My intentions now turn to what I desire next, and what I desire next will be revealed in due time. My next intentions are not that which you would most expect. My next intentions involve defeating yet another monster. My next intentions will be very clear very soon, not only to the House of Black, but to the ones my intentions will be turned towards. Let this be a warning to all elite wrestling. Those who stand in my way, those who cross the house, will all fade to black. Well, we have some more action coming up next, ladies and gents. As out first, here comes Ty Conti to the ring. Ty Conti makes her way to the ring tonight for some singles action. The hunt is now on for who will be the next challenger to Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, when we have our next AEW Women's Championship matchup. I've been told that the next number one contenders match is going to be held at AEW Grand Slam in just 4 weeks' time on Tuesday, February 15th, day after Valentine's Day. Ty Conti makes her way to the ring. She takes on the runaway Ruby Soho. Soho making her way to the ring tonight. So Ruby Soho and Ty Conti going one-on-one tonight. As Ruby Soho enters the ring. So without further ado, it's Conti versus Soho. Here we go. They lock up. Conti grabs Soho around the waist. Soho counters, knocking back Conti. Now Soho's turned it around. Ruby Soho taking her down into the mat. And now Conti back up to her feet, turns it around on Soho. Ruby Soho now takes her down into a chin lock. And Conti now getting back up to her feet. Turns it around into a headlock on the mat to Ruby Soho. Oh, and wrenches back on the head of Ruby. And punches her in the face. And now Ty Conti grabs Soho. Hip toss takes her down. And Ruby Soho getting back up to her feet now. Ruby Soho uppercut to Ty Conti. And Soho with a forearm. And an elbow attempt. Conti out of the ring now. Conti grabbed by Soho. Soho with Conti off the ropes. Low counter for counter there. Ty Conti picking Ruby Soho up to her feet. Ruby Soho in trouble. Conti's got her. Ty Conti now with Ruby Soho. Puts her in the ropes and whips her off the ropes. And there's a drop kick. Ruby Soho with an elbow. She spins Conti around into a German suplex. And now Ruby picking her back up to her feet now. Ruby Soho with a chop. There's a kick. And went for another one. Conti finds the counter. Both these women have never faced off with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, for the AEW Women's Championship. Either of them challenging would be a first time ever, but it's just, this is one of those matches that it's a must-win for them if they want to be considered for that number one contenders match that we've got coming up at Grand Slam in a few weeks' time. As now, Conti drags her to the center of the ring into a cover. 1, 2, no. Ruby Soho kicks out. Wrapping her legs around the waist now is Ty Conti. Ruby Soho with an elbow. And again. And again. And there's a drop kick. Conti falls out of the ring now. Running back in though to reignite this matchup here as Ty Conti grabs her, throwing Ruby Soho in the corner. And Ty Conti with a spear into the ribs takes down Ruby Soho. Conti went for a kick. Soho went for another kick of her own. Ty Conti tries to grab her. Ruby Soho rolls her through. Soho now picking her up to her feet. Ruby Soho with Ty Conti across the ring. Ruby Soho, goes to pop up and slams her head first into the middle turnbuckle. Ruby picking her up to her feet now. Ruby Soho pulls her in. Went for a suplex. Ty Conti found the counter. Conti grabbing Soho. Throws her into the corner. Ty Conti with a kick. And again. And Ruby Soho going down. Ty Conti grabs her. Throws her across the ring in the corner. Ty Conti with a spear into the corner again. Down goes Soho. And now Ty Conti grabs her, and Ty Conti dropping Ruby Soho. Picking her back up now to her feet. Conti went for a kick. Soho brought her knee into the face. And now Ruby pulls her in, sweeps the leg. Now Ruby picking her up to her feet in the runaway. Grabs her. Soho throws her into the corner. Ruby Soho with Ty Conti in the corner. Running herself shoulder first into her. Runs across the ring. Big knee strike. And now into the corner with a kick. Look at this, just kicking her repeatedly now is Ruby Soho. Kicking Ty Conti in the face. Cover. 1, 2, no. And now Soho picking her up to her feet. Ruby Soho now looking for the runaway kick. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Ruby Soho picking up another win tonight. A big win night for Ruby Soho. She knocks off Ty Conti. But ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to a close with our show tonight. We have one matchup left this evening because tonight our main event sees the AEW Dynamite debut of Limitless Keith Lee. It is time for the main event. Out first, Pac, being accompanied by the Lucha Bros, Death Triangle. Pac has a huge matchup tonight. So Pac making his way to the ring. He takes on the in-ring debut, the Dynamite debut of Limitless Keith Lee. The man who debuted in the Casino Battle Royale as the Joker this past weekend at All Out. He hurled Adam Cole out of the ring with a powerbomb, sending him crashing to the floor. Keith Lee tonight makes his Dynamite debut. He is 4 weeks away from challenging for the AEW World Championship against MJF at Grand Slam. Keith Lee has arrived. Let's do this. Keith Lee and Pac starting it off. Pac firing away on the Limitless One, knocks him to the corner, but Keith Lee immediately turns him around now, and Keith Lee putting his boot into the face of Pac. Pac tries to push him away, goes for a forearm. Keith Lee with a headbutt. And now Keith scoops him up, and Keith throwing him across the ring. Keith now grabbing the bastard. Throws him across the ring, and Keith Lee. Look at the speed of Keith! Planting Pac into the mat now, and Keith Lee pulls him in. Pac rolls through. Pac. Drop toe hold. Keith pushes him down. And now Keith Lee coming off the ropes. Keith Lee with a knee strike. Now Keith kicking Pac in the ribs now, and Keith Lee with Pac up on his shoulders. Keith with Pac. Oh God, he tells the Lucha Bros, look out. Power bombs him to the outside. Keith Lee is here, and Keith Lee runs him over with a clothesline. There's a kick from Keith to Pac, and now Keith coming off the ropes again. Keith Lee, clothesline again. It is all Keith Lee right now. Pac's not having any time to keep up. And oh good God, Keith went for a crossbody but overshot it. He overshot it. Let me reiterate that. Overshot it. Pac with an uppercut. Pac picking him up to his feet now. He grabs Keith Lee, and Pac suplex to Keith. Now he's got him down. The bastard with Keith. Keith Lee pops up. Arm drag takes down Pac. Pac rolling into the bottom rope. Keith telling him to bring it on. Keith Lee grabs Pac, who hits him with the right hand, and now Pac back into the ring. Pac grabs Keith. Throws him into the corner. Keith Lee with a Uranagi. Now Keith Lee, elbow drop. And Keith picks him up to his feet. Keith Lee kicks him in the ribs, pulls Pac in. Keith Lee, whoa, went for a spirit bomb. Pac rolled him through. Pac into a cover now on Keith. One, no, Keith Lee count. Keith Lee got the shoulders up. And now Pac picks him up, and Pac with a right hand. Right hand again connects, and now Pac grabs Keith. Keith Lee, got with an uppercut. He's still hanging on. And now Pac with Keith off the ropes, ducks him, and super kick. Oh, but Keith Lee still standing. And Keith now throws him into the corner. Keith Lee, clothesline, takes him down. Picking him up to his feet now is Keith Lee. He grabs Pac, he scoops him up. Keith Lee throws him into the ropes. Good Lord. Pac is dangling between the bottom rope and the outside right now. And now Keith picks him up again, scoops him up again. Pac punches him in the back. And an enziguri flooring Keith Lee. Finally is Pac. And now Pac goes for a kick. Keith Lee kicks back up to his feet, and Keith picks him up again. Keith Lee. Oh my God! Oh, that wasn't it. Tries to dive onto him, but Pac got out of the way. Now Pac going up to the top. And Keith Lee, with just as much speed as Pac, got out of the way. Pac back into the ring now, and Keith went for a chop. Pac. Hurricane Rana takes him down. And now the bastard. What's he looking for? He's going up. Pac. There's only one thing to do here. He's going for. Oh, went for Black Arrow. Went for the Black Arrow, but Keith Lee got his knees up. But Pac was able to kick up. And now Pac. Oh, Pac into the Brutalizer. Pac into a Brutalizer on Keith Lee. We're going to make Keith Lee tap out now is Pac. Keith Lee looking to power through. Look at this. Outpowering Pac. And now Keith back to his own feet. Pulls him in. Scoops him up. Keith Lee. Big Bang Catastrophe. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee beats Pac tonight. The scariest part of all of that was Keith was not only outpowering Pac, he was keeping up with him with speed. Keith Lee is truly limitless. What a win for Keith Lee at our main event tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute, that's Matt Jackson on the outside. Super kick to Penta. Other side of the ring, that's Nick. Super kick to Phoenix. Oh, now Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega on the other side of the ring. With a one-winged angel to Pac. The Elite laying out Death Triangle. Well, there's Adam Cole. He's getting up on the apron. He's in the face of Keith Lee. Wait a minute, there's Bobby Fish. Wait a minute, that's Kyle O'Reilly. What is Kyle O'Reilly doing in AEW? Red Dragon! Red Dragon is reuniting on our very screens! O'Reilly and Fish! Driving Keith into the mat! Kyle O'Reilly is all elite! And Red Dragon wiping out Keith Lee! We are the undisputed elite. Are we controversial enough for you now?